Hey, good morning to you. Good afternoon if you're watching this later in the day. Mark again here, WeatherMan Plus. I have some very important information to share today, so I'm going to be a little bit quicker than normal, guys. So not only for the potentially catastrophic hurricane that's coming towards the northeast, I'm showing even more of a western push, and that's going to be even worse impacts. Plus, the next big storm is still coming and is showing bigger and more powerful, guys. If you've never been here before, hello. My name is Mark. I do upload every single day. Just not Friday from sundown to Saturday from sundown, that's Sabbath. But I always do a tropical update every afternoon during hurricane season, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. Matter of fact, this happening, I believe I am going to break my Sabbath. And just to make sure you're covered, I believe I will be breaking Sabbath just to make sure everybody has what they need on updated information. Remember, all the links are in the description to save you time, so go there if you need to go check out just for the next storm that's coming. All I ask is if you know somebody that's in these impacts, there's a lot of people that lives in the Northeast and the New England states as well. Share this on social media if you do use social media, please. If you don't use social media, just hit the like button. YouTube will suggest it for you. Thank you so much for your help. I have all your timing and your impacts on what's going to happen, as well as the possibilities of this becoming major and strong. Remember, just click on the timestamps on the links in the description, because first I have to read this. At the same time, this is the best chance to take your time, share this on social media while you hear the alerts, guys, because there's big warnings going out, changes to watches and warnings. A hurricane watch has been issued for Western Kent, Rhode Island. Storm surge watch and hurricane watch have been issued for Unstable, Massachusetts, Block Island, Rhode Island, Bristol, Rhode Island, Dukes, Massachusetts, Eastern Kent, Rhode Island, Nantucket, Massachusetts, Newport, Rhode Island, Southern Bristol, Massachusetts, Southern Plymouth, Massachusetts, and Washington, Rhode Island. A hurricane watch is in effect for Western Kent, Rhode Island. A storm surge watch and hurricane watch are in effect for Barnstable, Massachusetts, Block Island, Rhode Island, Bristol, Rhode Island, Dukes, Massachusetts, Eastern Kent, Rhode Island, Nantucket, Massachusetts, Newport, Rhode Island, Southern Bristol, Massachusetts, Southern Plymouth, Massachusetts, and Washington, Rhode Island. Tropical Storm Henri is forecast to strengthen to a hurricane as it heads northwest today and is expected to make landfall near Newport, Rhode Island, Sunday evening. Possibly as a Category 1 hurricane, Henri will weaken rapidly after landfall but will exit the region slowly through Monday. The main hazards include damaging winds, flooding rain, and storm surge flooding. Matter of fact, I'm showing that this could be even more and more ramped up than just that. I do believe it is maybe taking a more western push now, because the cone's going more and more west, and the update according to NAM 3K is unbelievable. As far as the winds, prepare for life-threatening wind having possible extensive impacts across south coastal Rhode Island and Massachusetts, including Cape Cod and the islands. Potential impacts in this area include considerable roof damage to sturdy buildings, with some having window, door, and garage door failures leading to structural damage. Mobile homes severely damaged, with some destroyed. Damage accentuated by airborne projectiles. Locations may be uninhabitable for weeks. Many large trees snapped and uprooted, along with fences and roadway signs blown over. Some roads impassable from large debris, and more within urban or heavily flooded places. Several bridges, causeways, and access routes impassable. Large areas with power and communications outages. Also, prepare for dangerous and having possible limited to significant impacts across the rest of the southern New England. They also have flooding rain that you need to prepare for, guys. Significant impacts on the flooding rain from the rivers and the urbans. Listen to your local official as far as evacuations for recommended preparedness actions, including possible evacuation. If ordered to evacuate, do so immediately, please. If you're going to evacuate, make sure you have your emergency supplies. When making safety and preparedness decisions, do not focus on the exact forecast track, since hazards such as flooding rain, damaging wind gusts, storm surge, and tornadoes extend well away from the center of the storm. So make sure you are prepared before you leave your house, guys. Disturbance 1 has a 20% chance of forming. It's really not nothing to worry about. It's expected to meet with another low system coming off the coast of Africa and curve up somewhere in this direction. I'll show you. But we have Henri. Right now he's moving 9 miles per hour west-northwest, and right now he has 65 miles per hour winds. We have Grace. Grace is still moving west at 16 miles per hour. It is at 70 miles per hour winds right now. It is starting to intensify some. and remnants of Fred is still moving off 30 miles per hour winds. It is moving east-northeast at 13 miles per hour. Now, disturbance out in MDR after it meets up is expected to be way out by Nova Scotia, somewhere in that region, and not being no threat to the U.S. When I check for the winds for you, the tropical storm force winds, 90 to 100% is purple, 80% is the dark red, 70% is the regular red. And up here by the New England states has the best chance of getting 90 to 80 to 70% chance of tropical storm force winds at least 39 miles per hour sustained. When I check for 58, 60 miles per hour winds sustained, see what you're going to get. Your percentages drop dramatically. For 60 miles per hour winds, you got up to 50% in this dark yellow, 40, 30, 20% chance for 60 miles per hour winds. Right now they have your hurricane force winds at 30 and 20% chance for hurricane force winds, 10% in dark green. I believe this will shift to the west. It already jumped 150 miles to the west. Now it's done turned again to the west. And NAM 3K is showing it will again turn to the west. I'll show you why. As of right now, they have it for 2 a.m. on Sunday to be a hurricane approaching. And then 2 p.m. on Sunday be all in y'all area as a hurricane. All the way till Monday, a tropical storm. Then all the way till Tuesday a.m. leaving out. So it will be a 24-hour event. So far, your total rainfall amount, the light green is 1 to 2 inches, the dark green is 2 to 4 inches, and the spot right here near Boston is 4 to 6 inches. The flash flooding risk, you are in a marginal for all this green, and you're in a slight risk for all this yellow. You are in a storm surge watch for all this pink area. I'm sure it will be raised up to a storm surge warning because the track is not changing. If anything, it's tightening up, and we might get some over here by Long Branch. Your expected storm surge is 1 to 3 feet along the coast of New Jersey, and then once you get by Long Island Sound, it gets all the way to 2 to 4 feet. And after Long Island Sound, it's 3 to 5 feet all the way around, all the way to Cape Cod. Now, rainfall amounts at GFS shows that it'll be more of the east side loaded, and it'll be Providence, Rhode Island, almost 5 inches. Boston, you're getting almost 3 inches. Worcester, almost 4 inches. Lowell, over 5 inches. And also Manchester, over 3 inches. The Euro shows it's going to get a lot of shear from this trough that's coming down, and it has it a lot weaker and a lot less rainfall. It has Providence almost 2 inches, Boston over 2 inches, Lowell 2 inches, and Manchester only 1.5 inches. Now the NAM 3K, you can only see up to 60 hours, but NAM 3K is showing something pretty extravagant, and I will show you why it shows different than the other models. But so far it's bringing it more west, and it's showing Brentwood you could get over 2 inches so far, and this is going to keep going north. So the update this morning, so far, we have 48 hours being right here according to the global hurricane models. And a lot of ensembles are showing that western turn that the NAM 3K is starting to really see. Now the Euro and GFS shows a little more to the east and just headed north. I'm seeing a sharp turn, guys. I'm seeing it this upper level low is either moving away or is getting with this storm, and it gets sucked in the last 24 hours right here. From 48 hours to 72 hours is a big difference, and that is a turn right there. This is going to be stronger than the GFS and the Euro is showing. Now, so far, the updated intensity guidance from 24 hours to 36 hours shows you'll just get beat to a Cat 1 hurricane, most of the ensembles. Only a few of them show it'll be a strong tropical storm. That's why they're going with hurricane. And we have one going up to a major hurricane. Matter of fact, NAM 3K did show that this morning. So according to the NAM 3K, as it comes up the coast, it's going to put bands all over Maryland, Delaware. The band's going to be a little bit worse as you go by New Jersey. And then it curves in towards Long Island and heads towards Massachusetts, Connecticut. And that's as far as you can see. It goes straight in, not up. Now this is according to the GFS. This is right here. You have your upper level low. You have your storm right here coming off the coast. And you have your high ridge that's helped pulling it up to the northeast. And as you go forward, according to the GFS, it stays there. It gets nice and strong, gets a good trough on it, and it swings it straight north. At the same time, it shows that the ridge relaxed. It's a very weak ridge. It's going to be a slow path because of that, and it's not going to pull it inland because it relaxed, and it was more straight when it was more towards the east of it. And it's a little more east and pulls it right to that ridge. Well, the ridge on the NAM 3K is a little more west, and it pulls it more to the west. Now, according to the GFS, Sunday by 5 a.m. it's going to be getting close, get down to 974. And you remember, you got rain bands, you got winds, you got all this onshore flooding happening, all the storm surge. And it gets all the way down to 980 by 2 p.m. Hangs around, still a hurricane by 8 p.m. Then it goes up, tropical storm, and leaves out weak by Monday by 11 a.m. Now in AM3K, you see you have your upper level low with your trough, you have your high ridge, it has a good high ridge, and you have your hurricane right here. And as it comes towards shore, it gets pulled in by this low. And then you can watch the upper level low weaken right there. Weakens or it gets involved with the storm. Either way, it definitely weakens or disappears altogether. Then at that point, you still have your very high ridge going a little more to the west. It's not way over to the east. And it takes it inland instead of straight because that upper level low is either gone or it's with the storm. But either way, it takes a western push. Not an eastern push, a western push. Now I'm going to show you what we had early this morning. I'm going to show you the new run. Early this morning, NAM had it down to a 933 as it's making its northward push, and it gets all the way down to a 915. A 915 millibar hurricane coming towards the northeast. Then it shows that after it gets there, it does hit the cooler waters, but it only calms it down to like a 933, and you're already getting the winds, and it's coming even closer at that point. How much weaker do you think it would be just from that little bit? Now, so far on that run, as far as you can see is right here, but you can see that it starts bringing in 50 miles per hour wind gusts into Long Island. Everybody else getting 40, and it's not even close yet. And this storm is bringing over 120 miles per hour wind gusts with it. So the updated run has it down to 9:39 by 5 a.m. on Sunday, according to the NAM 3K. As it brings it inland, we can see a little bit more now. Gets it down to 9:54 and 9:56, and it's more west. And this is definitely by 2 p.m. just hitting a good, strong hurricane. Probably a major. Now as we look at it with the updated run, you can see the 50 miles per hour winds. Then as it comes in, it raises to 60 and 70 and 80. And that's as far as we can see. And it still has 90, over 100, still has 100 miles per hour wind gusts coming with it. Mostly on the south side. The west side is more like 70s and 80s. So that's what y'all getting. The north side is in the 90s for sure. So that's going to be hitting Connecticut and Rhode Island, Massachusetts. And the east side is in the 80s. So definitely there are some very dangerous winds that's coming with this. Please share this video. Please help me help others. And the updated run is still showing over 2.5 inches for Brentwood. It's still showing the same path where the rainfall is still showing the same path. I believe this will go west. I believe the Euro and the GFS is a little wrong on that. I believe that upper level low will be weakening enough to where this pulls in some. And it will be the high ridge to the west instead of to the east. Now the updated run shows a 926, and the run before that showed a 915, and the run before that showed a 936, according to NAM 3K. So it's showing within a 915 and a 936 will be there at that time. According to GFS, it would be a 966. Big difference. And a Euro takes it even worse, like the trough is really going to shear this thing away and takes it down to a 993. So big difference between a 936 and a 993. I hope the NAM's wrong, but the NAM's a pretty accurate model. Even if it moves a little bit more to the east, the intensity is showing. Very dangerous. So here's the Euro showing at a 998 going up the coast, only weakening down to a 992. That's a little unbelievable. I know it thinks that the trough is going to shear it off some, but at the same time, 979, then 986. So it's showing as it will be hurricane effects. You might watch out for the rip currents, but it'll be hurricane effects for 12 hours, then it'll be a tropical storm. That's kind of hard to believe. But to give you all the information I can and do my job correctly, the Euro has it Sunday by 2 a.m. By 8 a.m. coming in as a 986 hurricane, mostly to the east. Then as you go to 2 p.m., it's going to weaken down, most likely a tropical storm, and move away. And by 8 p.m., even weaker as it heads north. Now, as you look at the temperatures, you can see as it gets close to the coast, it gets to 85 degrees, to a little bit of 84 degrees, and then it'll dramatically start getting a little bit colder now, 79 degrees, 78 degrees, and then it jumps to 76 degrees, then 75 right before landfall. Now, yesterday when I checked this, that 75 was way over here. And now way over here is like a 78, 79. Plus our second one that I'm still been showing, guys, it has gotten stronger. like maybe these two are going to travel even closer together. Still have August 24th all the way to the end of the month. The euro even has gotten stronger as well, and it's showing from August 25th all the way to the end of August. And the second one coming after that. So when I go to the ensembles, I'm still showing the impacts. I'm still showing this is coming into the Gulf, guys. E6 right here shows that it comes into the Gulf on the 27th, intensifies, goes straight towards Louisiana, Mississippi. I'm still showing on the E11 right here that it still has a chance to get into the Gulf on the 28th instead of the 27th, and still intensify and go towards Mexico and possibly even a Texas area. I'm even still showing right here on E18, but it takes its sweet time, like it's a little late, and it comes more like towards the 28th. So to me, this would be the second wave, because it's always showing two. But this one shows it still will intensify and go somewhere towards the Panhandle of Florida, possibly Alabama. But that's the track that I'm picking up on this storm. And when you go to the ensembles and see what the SpaghettiOs, what could be happening, you can see that it could be a weaker system that comes in right here. And this is a shot I showed you a long time ago. It could be a weaker system coming in right here. Or right behind it, it could be one that intensifies, and it could either go towards Louisiana and Mississippi, or it could go towards Mexico. Plus the second one that's coming in is still showing that second wave still coming, gets into the Gulf, and heads towards Florida. So either the first one's going to go towards Mexico, or Louisiana, or Texas, and the second one's going to go either towards Florida or go towards Mississippi. As you see what happens with all this energy as it starts grouping up, you can see part of it does go to the East Pac, part of it does go into the Bay of Campeche, and maybe affects Mexico. And that could turn into a hurricane. Yesterday it showed that as a hurricane. And then the second one still comes up right behind it, kind of with the same energy. That'd be why that was so long, according to the GFS, of potential velocity anomaly. Still shows it's getting to the Caribbean, still shows now that it's going into the Gulf. And you can see right here from the look from the East Pac, this is actually Grace. And Grace actually goes over Mexico and forms back up as it leaves, and potentially creating a second one leaving. But here's our energy right after that, and it goes towards the East Pac and the Bay of Campeche. Big storm could possibly happen right there. It's a lot of energy swirling around, while at the same time coming out the Caribbean, going into the Gulf, comes our storm. And so far, it takes it right about 6 a.m. on the 22nd. Impacts will start coming in according to the NAM3K. It'll be going all morning long into the afternoon, and that is as far as we can see right there. But you can see the path it's taken. And that's by 1 p.m. All right, now I got this on NAM3K. I have it looping in as far as we can see, so you can see what's going on. I have it starting in 27 hours down here off the East Coast, so you can see somewhat what the run is going to be over and over. These are hurricane force wind fields that you see out here. This is tropical storm force wind fields that you see right below Boston and right before Rhode Island. God bless all of you going through this event. I do pray every single one of you will be safe and there will be no loss of anything of any kind through this event. I know it's going to be a very dangerous event. God bless all of you. And what a twist it really came out of something that was supposed to leave in the first place. Now it's threatening the U.S. That's how unpredictable our tropical season has become. And it's about to ramp up, guys. It really is. We're coming into the peak of it. It's really about to get bad. Thank you so much for all of you that have shared the video. Thank you so much for all of you that have liked and helped support the channel. This information needs to get out to people as much as possible, as fast as possible. People need to prepare. People need to leave. That's a fact. There's something I want to do for y'all today. I want to pray for y'all. Speak a little word of our Father. Amen. God bless all of you involved. 1 John chapter 4. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of God. Because many false prophets are gone out into the world. Hereby know ye the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesseth that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh is of God. And every spirit that confesseth not that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh is not of God. And this is that spirit of Antichrist, whereof ye have heard that it should come, and even now already is it in the world. Ye are of God, little children, you have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. They are of the world, therefore speak they of the world, and the world heareth them. We are of God. He that knoweth God heareth us. He that is not of God heareth not us. Hereby know we the spirit of truth, and the spirit of error. Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God, and every one that loveth is born of God, and knoweth God. He that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love. In this was manifested the love of God towards us, because that God sent his only begotten Son into the world, that we might live through him. Herein is love, not that we loved God, but that he loved us, and sent his Son to be the propitiation for our sins. Beloved, if God so loved us, we ought also to love one another. No man hath seen God at any time. If we love one another, God dwelleth in us, and his love is perfected in us. Hereby know we that we dwell in him, and he in us, because we have given us of his Spirit. And we have seen and do testify that the Father sent the Son to be the Savior of the world. Whosoever shall confess that Jesus is the Son of God, God dwelleth in him, and he in God. And we have known and believed the love that God hath to us. God is love, and he that dwelleth in love dwelleth in God, and God in him. Herein is our love made perfect, that we may have boldness in the day of judgment, because as he is, so are we in this world. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casteth out fear, because fear hath torment. He that feareth is not made perfect in love. We love him because he first loved us. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he hath not seen? And this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth God love his brother also. Amen. God bless you all. I hope you will all be protected. Be safe in this, you and your families. Can't say this enough. Please share this video. You don't know who you know that knows people here. Thank you for your help. All glory does go to Yahweh, God of Jacob, Father of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, your Father, my Father, the Almighty. Amen. Hallelujah, guys. Have a very blessed day. I will see you this afternoon for the update.